Hi, I'm Grant and here's my thoughts on the 2014 Specialized Stumpjumper FSR Comp 29er. Bike reviews are a very subjective thing, so I thought the best way to approach this would be to tell you a little bit about myself, the type of bike riding I like to do and why I bought the 2014 Stumpjumper. But firstly, the 2014 Specialized Stumpjumper. Who's it aimed at? I thought a better person to describe this would be Jim at my local bike shop, who I purchased the bike off. So over to you, Jim.
We think the Specialized Stumpjumper is all about fun. It's for that rider that wants to go out and have fun on trails. So it's technical terrain, it's rough terrain. They want a bike that's got relaxed geometry, there's something that's fun handling characteristics, but it's still efficient. It's still, you can go out on an all-day ride and cover some terrain on it. You know, it's all-day riding on technical trails. That's what this bike's all about. It's all about fun.
I've owned the bike now for over 3 months and I probably get out and ride 2 to 3 times a week. My favourite type of riding is single track or flowing cross country. I still like climbing and descending, although I'm probably a better climber than I am descender. I'm approximately 6'3" or 193 centimetres tall, so as much as I'd like to have squeezed myself into a smaller size frame, I ended up purchasing the extra large frame size on this bike, and I have to say it's a good fit. It doesn't feel too big or doesn't feel too long. I'm not too cramped or too stretched out. For my type of riding, it feels great. This is my first 29er that I've owned, and I've come from a 26-inch wheel size. People keep asking me, you know, how I like the 29er, and I have to say I don't really notice a whole lot of difference, but I do think that the 29-inch wheels, especially on this large frame that I've got, suit it perfectly. So how does the bike perform on my local trails? In a nutshell, excellent. It has a 2x10 SRAM or SRAM drivetrain, and it hasn't left me wanting for any more gears. It climbs well. It doesn't feel too light on the front on the steep climbs. It doesn't feel like it wants to tip up, or the front wheel doesn't appear to want to rise off the ground. So climbing, it feels great. The bike descends with more capability than I have, and it's probably going to get me into trouble one of these days because I'm going down things a lot faster now than I used to on my old bike, and yeah, probably heading for a bit of a winger, I reckon. The suspension feels great, and I make use of the climb, trail and descend modes on the rear shock and tend to leave the front shock in the middle setting, and I haven't really needed to adjust it much. Niggles are what I don't like. The rear brakes. The rear Formula C1 brakes on this bike have squealed since the day I owned them. It could have been a result of me not bedding in the brakes properly. I took the bike back to my local bike shop, and they've actually ended up replacing the rear disc rotor with a Shimano rotor, which seems to have fixed the problem. So to sum it up, would I recommend this bike to other people? Absolutely. It has probably rejuvenated. I've been mountain biking for many years, but I have to say I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's really rejuvenated my interest and motivation to get out there, and I've done a lot of cycling over the summer, and I have really enjoyed being on this bike, so absolutely recommend it. So is it the right bike for you? Well, the only way to find out really is to get down to your local bike shop, get your leg over it and go for a pedal.